uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out that more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
How about you, brother? You chilling, good, my brother.
Big shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game, A-Side official. You already know, no negotiation needed. The first in the building, Juice Lee is on deck. I see you, man. Salute WCS in the chat. Smash the like on the way in. You already know, Arnold Brown is on deck. WCS, salute to you. And the hottest chat in the MF and game. Yes, sir. You know how we coming. I'm AU in the building. Time to, I say I am, I used to say time to ether something. WCS Detroit in the building. Use dinosaurs, army combat, and sarcasm. Shout out to Detroit boxing in the building, man. Big shout out to AU on deck once again. Shout out to the OG Mr. Golden in the building. I see you, OG. So we're gonna get down to it. As you already know, we're going to use the audio. Okay, we're going to use the audio. But first, the reason why I'm using the audio is because that's the best way to basically get the word across, better than me saying, hey, my sources. But we're going to use the audio. We're going to use multiple audio to get to the Hot Grease Chronicles EP 339 over year 2024. Do your copy. At huge offer. We're going to talk about the huge offer that Crawford, for Crawford to fight in the sandbox, aka Saudi Arabia, aka Riyadh, aka Turk al-Sheikh is dropping the bag on Crawford to fight. And you might be surprised at who it is, you know what I'm saying, potentially. And also we're going to get into Samson. Samson is using his censorship. He's using his do not disturb sign right now, you know what I'm saying, to actually, you know, comment on what's going on. But if you already heard that Bozy Ennis is the manager of Jerron Ennis, being that Cameron Duncan has passed, God bless, he's the manager of Bozy Ennis. So from what they're saying out there, it's simply something that they want us to talk about. It's not really anything that's new. You know what I'm saying? We all know that Ennis has the 1/4 of the unified titles at welterweight division, and you know, the only people been talking about that fight happening with Crawford is the aerosexuals that's trying their best to goat people in to believing that Crawford is ducking Ennis. But I want you to hear this interview from one of the media segues in the game over there in Philly, the only one that's over there in Philly. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, YSM Sports Media. He has plenty of interviews with everybody's in that gym, but he recently did one with Bozy Ennis. Okay, I'm going to use the audio. This is YSM Sports Media. Once again, this is for educational purposes only, and just to basically further deliver the word and to my audience, and also to enhance the speaking points that I will use. Let's get down to it. Listen in.
How about you, brother?
I'm chilling, man. You broke the internet again.
Yes, sir.
News around Ennis signs with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing.
Right.
How you feeling about that?
I feel like it was a great move that we did. You know what I mean? We couldn't be sitting around waiting too long, man. You know, we were supposed to fight in March. Then we were supposed to fight in June. You know what I mean? And we don't know what date, because they was moving the dates. And then the one in March, I think we were supposed to be the main event.
See, he said he think. That's I'm happy that they made the move. Real talk. I'm no way, shape, or form hating on Team Ennis. They just it just comes down to this point when I heard so many people say Crawford was moving funny, he bad for business. But Team Ennis has been in these business predicaments where I just don't understand why they're there to begin with, right? So he said he thinks. It's no way, bro. It's no way that you think. What are you talking about? You think? It's no way, Bozy, you better than that, man. You astute to the game of boxing. You've been in it for a long time, man. You either is or you ain't. Seriously, man, you either is or you ain't, man. I'm going to tell you one thing you got, Bozy. Every time it seems like you about to tell the untruth, you scratch your head. I'm just saying, brother.
Instead of, what's his name? Thurman and
Tim Zoo.
Yeah. That was supposed to be our spot. It was supposed to be Boots and Barrios. You know what I mean? Then all of a sudden.
So he said it's supposed to be Boots and Barrios. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be Boots and Barrios. And that's the only part. And once again, shout out to YSM Sports. Jamil is doing his thing over there. I'm not going to go in depth about that. The only reason I wanted to play that is because when it comes down to knowing, we're not on the checkerboard no more with this Undisputed. Everybody knows how it went down and why it went down. You either know or you don't. It ain't both. You know what I'm saying? You either is or you ain't. You have to know this. Supposedly, Boots was supposed to fight Barrios on 30th instead of Zoo and freaking Fundora. Those are what you gotta know. Like, that's why it's hard for me to just pick up on things as they say over there when it comes to freaking fighting. And now that Boots is over there at Matchroom, they're trying their best to basically goat Crawford into responding. And Crawford said, like he should say, show me the money. I mean, who ain't heard that before? That ain't the first time he said, show me the money. We don't need Tom Cruise over here to reenact. You know what I'm saying? That's something that we already know. But let's get to the good news. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go to the Boxing Voice, and this is for instruction purposes only. Shout out to Ness and the team over there at the Boxing Voice. Doing an awesome job. This is where we get down to the meat and potatoes, because this is picking up steam. Not so much in the direction of Crawford and Ennis, but more so Crawford potentially getting a massive offer from across the sands. You know what I'm saying? From across the sands. Supposedly, he's gonna get, they're in communication. You know what I'm saying? Across the sands for Crawford to fight. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to this audio right here, and please pay attention, because once again, Ness is definitely a grave digger. He will find out where the media fossils at. He would dig them up, and he will find out the information one way or the other. That's what he does.
That they were interested in him fighting Samson Fundora in Saudi Arabia for a boatload of money. I did reach out to Samson, but he's with his, I want to say, grandson, quite possibly, and enjoying, the night out with him. So
Samson, he's eager to get online any other time. But look, this is one of the areas where it's a little bit outside his scope of control. Hear me out now. This is a little bit outside his scope of control, because he really can't do anything except sit and wait, because he was putting all his eggs and a freaking stork and a hen, and you know what I'm saying, and a pigeon. He was putting all the birds and the eggs in the basket together. He said, we all gonna hatch this batch. You know what I'm saying? He basically putting everything on Lou DeCuba, to Louis DeCuba, to go over there and talk with the WBO. But this is getting even more interesting because the Al-Sheikh is want to offer Crawford money, huge money, as Ness said, to fight for the WBC and WBO. And this is the great part about Saudi Arabia and Turk Al-Sheikh, is that he don't have to answer to nobody over here in the U.S. He doesn't have to ask anybody for a budget. He don't have to ask anybody for a freaking annual budget. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to ask him for a monthly budget. He don't have to ask him for a 7-Eleven budget. He don't have to ask him for a freaking I want to go shopping budget. He can pretty much put this. He has everything he needs over there to make this happen. That's when you have a sport like boxing that has all these branches rooted years and years ago, and everybody gets to eat off of it, and there's nobody really trying to help it grow. It's just, okay, well, let me go over here and do. I mean, that's just boxing. That's the system of boxing right there. Anybody and everybody can pick off this tree and eat from it. Let's listen to the rest, because Samson had his do not disturb sign on.
We won't be able to get Samson on firsthand, but Samson has already declined the offer, the very lucrative offer, to fight in Saudi Arabia with his fighter, Sebastian Fundora. So Fundora is now out.
So you heard it from Ness. Fundora is out. Why? Because Samson is saying that he won't be back to November. You know what I'm saying? But he's saying December. I just think deep down inside, he don't want Fundora to take that fight because he knows it's going to be a tough fight between him and Crawford. And he's trying to basically, just sit up here and milk the heifer. You know what I'm saying? That's all. He's trying to milk the heifer as much as he possibly can. Because Fundora, he had a bloody nose. And, you know what I'm saying, they want to get that fixed. I thought a nose is like cartilage, most of it. You know what I'm saying? I know it's some bone in there, but most of the cartilage, you can grow one of them on your forearm and replace it in that time. I'm pretty sure Fundora got a little bit of change. I mean, y'all got some doctors out there that can do some miracles, right? You know what I'm saying? Get him a prosthetic or something. Put a prosthetic on there or something. Sew it in. You know what I'm saying? Weld a prosthetic on Fundora's freaking face. Something. I mean, you're talking about millions, brother. You're talking about missing out on millions because Samson want to be stubborn. It's been fighters come back and fight with injuries. You so tall, how do we know Crawford's going to get a shot in your nose? How do you know? Crawford may not even hit you in the nose. He might hit you in the kneecap. He might punch you in your ankles. You know what I'm saying? He may punch you dead in your hip. He might be punching straight in your belt line the whole night.
And I'm assuming Samson is assuming Fundora will remain with the WBC title. But keep in mind, we spoke to the lawyer of Terence Crawford. We spoke to Mauricio Suleiman today, who spoke to the lawyer of Terence Crawford and said he will be in touch with the WBC because they want both belts on the line.
So you heard that Mauricio Suleiman talked to the lawyer of Terence Crawford because they want both titles on the line. And that's big dog. That's big dog. That's moving accordingly. That's basically getting the most for your money, the bang for the buck. A unification bout. WBC, WBO, 2 for 1 is always great, especially if you're trying and your declaration is to unify the vision. 2 for 1 always works. And also you're going to get paid. Whoever Crawford's opponent is going to get paid. Both fighters are going to get paid, man. So Mauricio Suleiman likes the green. His belts are green. He likes money. You know what I'm saying? His belts are green. Seriously. He loves it. So at the end of the day, we should be getting some word back here soon. This is heating up real nice. I like that. The grease is hot. All they have to do is just toss that in the grease. It's gonna cook accordingly. You know what I'm saying? All I'm here is just being the chef. I'm just watching it. You know what I'm saying? And until it get well done, and then, hey, we can keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? A fish fry all over again. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's all. It don't have to be Spence that we waiting on. It can be anybody. If it's Zoo, if it's Ennis, anybody. All I'm saying is Crawford's moving accordingly. He's moving in a way that's going to be highly beneficial to him, not only heading into this freaking undisputed fight, but to once again make a huge lucrative payday. Let's get it running.
Now, I'm going to screen share something here from ProBox TV. Samson was on ProBox and had this to say. And this just, makes me right. And my source is right. Exactly what I told you came true. So let's see if I'm screen sharing the right thing here, which I'm not. Should be now, which I am. We'll downsize it a bit to fit it all in. And Samson Lewikovich, Crawford's lawyer, called me very respectfully and said, and I quote, "Look, I have an offer for you to fight in Saudi Arabia with Crawford and your fighter, Sebastian Fundora." And I said, and I quote, "Look, I thank you very much, but I don't want to hear it because he's not going to be ready until November." I didn't say December, but it seems like until December. I mean, I didn't listen to the offer. I can't listen to it. I can't negotiate when my fighter is hurt. And Nestor told you that this would happen, that he would ask for an extension because his fight is hurt. Ultimately, because of the amount of money, his fighter will be stripped. That WBO will be on the line for the person you see on the thumbnail, Tim Tszyu, exactly like my sources said. One part of this has already come true. Well, more than one part, two parts.
So therefore, when it comes down to, Samson said he can't listen to it, he won't listen to it, and just basically discarding it as information that he need to hear. He's listened to it. He knows what it's about. You know what I'm saying? He want to play this to the fullest. He wants an Oscar, Emmy, and a Grammy at the end. He wants every award he can get for acting. He wants it his way. He believes he's protecting his fighter. That's all this is. You know what I'm saying? And Fundora, this ain't the only fight he's been in where he's, suffered some controversy. You know what I'm saying? His nose is messed up. I don't know the extent, but it just seems like he's milking it. Now, I cannot put this type of behavior on Fundora. Fundora, to me, gives off like he really want to go in here and challenge himself. This is the fighter who said he wanted to move to 47 and face Errol Spence. I mean, I like Fundora, man. I think he's tough, from the inside out. And, he's a different, he's a different type of fighter at the end of the day. Just because Samson is acting the way he is, that doesn't mean that I'm going to go ahead and bleed this over when it comes to the culpability of Fundora trying to duck somebody. I don't think so. He's already became unified champion. He is legitimate WBC, WBO champion. Okay? So whenever this comes about, whether they strip Fundora of the title, then we know how boxing is. Boxing can finesse and massage anybody to stay up there. We've seen it with Danny Garcia. We've seen it with Sean Porter. We've seen it several times. We've seen it with Carlos Ocampo. Whenever they want to massage a fighter into the rankings, they can do it. They don't need a license to be a boxing masseuse to do this. You know what I'm saying? They're pretty good at it. All they got to do is get on their keyboard and they can put them names in there, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? One fighter who showed heart and determination is Tszyu will potentially get the next shot. You know what I'm saying? Possibly. He for showing his heart and facing a cut, you know what I'm saying, from one of those bamboo arms of freaking Fundora, sliced him up. He showed heart, fought to the end, And, you know, the powers that be, the shakers and movers are going to reward him for that.
Parts. Everybody assumed there was an offer for Crawford from Saudi. There was nothing concrete outside of Bernie letting us know that they called him. Now we know that there is an offer. I tried to get that confirmed with Mauricio Suleiman on an earlier show this morning, and he partially confirmed by letting us know that Crawford's attorney contacted him.
So that's huge. Once again, shout out to Ness. You know what I'm saying? Having a shovel out, getting down to the nitty gritty, you know, bringing up the bones, finding out the information, the DNA of this media buzz is going on. So Mauricio Suleiman, you know, in contact with, you know, Crawford's attorney. So I'm thinking Mauricio is definitely going to look out in one shape or form, because this is huge lucrative money that they're going to be a part of over there in Saudi. So I'm pretty sure Mauricio is all about it. You know, we seen what happened with the IBF, how they stripped Crawford. These sanctioning bodies, man, they can do what they want, basically. Who's in charge of them? Yeah, WBC has a governing body, but who's the president? Who's in charge of these sanctioning bodies? Real talk. So they can do what they want. At the end of the day, these guys want their pockets filled just like the boxers. That's why they got that 3% on y'all head. You know, they got that 3% bounty on anybody that want to hold on. That comes off the top. That ain't the back end money. They're gonna get they split. So Ness is putting it out there that Mauricio did in fact get in contact with Crawford's lawyer, and it was indeed an offer. Okay, for those of you that keep saying that Crawford's not gonna get this and he's not doing this, and you still want to put him in that freaking dirty narrative, you know what I'm saying? That the train, that El Bano of narratives that y'all use all the time, they offering big money for this man to come over here and fight. That doesn't seem like a fighter that's out of sight, out of mind, and no one wants to see.
There's a lot of money. I was given a number, but, you know, without knowing for sure if that number is true, I feel like I'll sound like an idiot, you know, saying it out loud. But just know it's a fucking crazy number, you know. Let's just put it like this: Crawford would essentially make what he made with Earl for this fight.
So you heard it from Ness. He said essentially Crawford will make what he made for the Earl's fight. I'm thinking a little bit more than that, because of where they're fighting and what they're fighting for. You know, Errol fight, you know, Spence and Crawford rather, 2 pound for pound fighters. This not so much. You know, Crawford a pound for pound, but I'm not sure any of his opposition gonna be pound for pound. Real talk. Whether it's Fundora and Zoo or whatever. You know, you never know with the way they schedule stuff. But if it's Zoo, he's definitely not on the pound for pound list. But is very attractive to the boxing fan at 154 pounds for Crawford to move up while he's the unified champion at 147 and go ahead and step in the ring with Zoo. You know what I'm saying? Because Fundora, he's out to Christmas. We won't see Fundora come back on the sleigh with Rudolph until December. You know what I'm saying? We won't see him back on the sleigh, y'all. In the process, he's going to be on the ranch, goddamn, training the reindeers and getting the presents and get ready to come back to boxing and shower everybody with gifts and frankincense. But the offer, y'all, why the naysayers keep on talking as if this guy is not a prize fighter? He's not the face of boxing. People are looking forward to see him fight. People are curious about this information. Even the haters, they're curious about this.
So I wanted Samson on the show because I had to ask him face to face, did you tell your fighter? Did you tell your fighter? Because maybe his fighter goes to another doctor, gets a second opinion, tries to be healed in time, goes into the ring with a broken nose, right? I mean, we're talking about millions.
And see, this what I like too, what Ness is talking about. He's basically putting it out there for Team Fundora. He said, man, this would be millions, man. Go in there with a broken nose. You take your second loss, you take your second loss. But as a fighter, you're trying to make the most money that you ever had. You're already unified. You've already took a knockout loss. Already. And you didn't get paid near, even close to what you're going to get paid for stepping in there with Crawford. But unfortunately for you there, Fundora, you being the nice guy you are, you dress like it in the presser that you Tony Montana. You know what I'm saying? Tony Montana, Tony Montana. You know, you come out there like you Tony Montana. You know what I'm saying? My shirt is slit open and my hands laid back and curled. I'm Tony Montana. But then, when Samson began to talk, you become Garfield the cat. You better tell him, hey, my nose will be ready by then. Even if it isn't, I want to go in there and make that money. I'm talking about a huge paycheck that's going to bless me and my family. You're going to get yours, I'm going to get mine. And that's the way it's got to be. If so what if I take my second loss? I'm already certified official unified champion at 154. I can move up to 160. And when they introduce me, they're going to say, former super welterweight, unified, WBC, WBO world champion, Sebastian Towering Inferno Fundora. That's exactly, pretty close to what they're going to say. Because in boxing, your accolades carry over. So that's a good point that's made. That's a damn good point. Fundora need to see, can he find and go in there to China, go over there to a space odyssey, try to see, can you find one of those doctors up there and see, can they clone you up a little bit, clone your nose, man. Do a laser printout, 3D, whatever, make you another nose, remove the one you have and put that one on there. And you have a brand new nose, man. It's happening all over. People growing nose on their forearms, their shoulders, neck, you know what I'm saying, elbows. I'm pretty sure you can get a nose somewhere, brother.
Of dollars. Not one, not two. Millions of dollars. So I wanted to hear it from Samson's mouth. Like, nah. I spoke to Fundora. I told him what's on the table, but he couldn't take it. I don't know that happened. Now I'm assuming he has a fiduciary law. Pretty sure I'm pronouncing it right or wrong. Fiduciary. But he has there's a law that he's got to show that client that offer. Did he do it? I don't know. It's a lot of money. I can't understand why they wouldn't do their best to be ready.
And what he mean by do their best to be ready? Try to go to the best doctors to get this worked on, because the money you're going to get in Riyadh there, Fundora, as a reigning defending champion, man, come on. That's the right way to do it. It's no substitute. You know what I'm saying? They're getting a legitimate champion. You won that fight. They're getting you. Your nose, fine. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, my nose is fine. You looking at the check. This is prize fighting. You go in there and give it your all, man. You go in there and give it your all. You know what I'm saying? When Crawford punches you in your snot box, hey, man, it's going to start to leak. But guess what? All you have to do is just focus on the end of the fight. I don't know how many rounds it's going to last, Fundora, but at the end of the day, when they raise Crawford's hand and your belts are gone, one thing is for certain, is that you're going to get paid. One thing's for sure, the pain that you feel in your freaking nostrils and your nasal cavities, it's not going to be that bad once you start to sniff all that money. When you do that balance inquiry, you say, man, oh man, I like the way that money smell. Gabriel, come over here, smell this money. So refreshing. I don't know what people talking about. Money is dirty and it stink. It smells good. This smells good. Hey, can you make me a drink, please? It's gonna smell good to you there, Fundora. But anyway, if you want to be Garfield around the freaking dictator himself, Samson, who you selected to be your manager, because he told you, I'll do everything possible to get you what you want to be successful. And I guarantee you, with everything in my fiber, Crawford is not gonna fight you for those titles. He doesn't deserve it. He's no likable style. That's what Samson, just mad and angry and disgruntled. You know what I'm saying? Sebastian gonna have to stand up to that. Stand up to it, bro. But I like this offer coming from Saudi. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Once again, Crawford is moving respectfully. He's moving professionally. He's moving to the point where it's beneficial to everybody that's around him. He's going in here and making another heavy paycheck. And just to think, if this is his first fight at 154 pounds, can you imagine what would happen with the next fights if they're able to get those at 154? Crawford will make damn near over $100 million, man. Because his stock and the praising value is going to go up once he gets the WBC and the WBO. So he goes into this third title. He's going to get paid. And then by the time he's fighting for Undisputed, man, it is going to be insane. He would have made damn near, if not more than $100 million. Then that's when I'm going to show up to where he's having that mansion built. And I'm going to have on my whole type of gear, hard hat, vest, all that. I'm going to put myself on the payroll. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start laying down sod when it's not even finished yet. They still bringing, I'm going to start doing something. Say, hey, what you doing? We still bringing heavy equipment over here. I was just being proactive trying to get this done in a hurry, you know, so I can get my check. Who are you contracted with? Who's your boss? I'm my own boss. A WCS Construction. Yes, that's what I am. I'm over here to get some of this money.
Yeah, you're going to lose. If that's what you think in the back of your mind. But again, the amount of money. How about this? Just so you can see how much money it is. There's more money, allegedly, in the Crawford fight. Because it ain't Crawford Zoo. It ain't Crawford Fundora. It's the Crawford fight. There's more money in the Crawford fight than there was in the Deontay Wilder-Joseph Parker fight.
That's crazy. You trying to tell me it's going to be more money in this fight than Deontay Wilder-Joseph Parker fight, and that's the heavyweight division? No way, man. No way Crawford's able to have this type of attraction from Turk Al-Sheikh, from across the sands. You're trying to tell me, wow, we over here in the U.S. talking about old, stale media stuff on what some fighters not gonna do and how he's ran out of options and all that, bro. But peep this out. How can this be? That is crazy. He's putting it out there that this is going to be more combined purse amount than Parker Wilder. That is unbelievable. But yet it's not, because that's why, Crawford support group is the way it is. We ironclad. You know what I'm saying? We different. We built different. We think different. We talk different. That's why they hate us so much. We thinking about the upside of this boxing game, while Crawford has his remaining, years left on there to give us a show. That's what we thinking about. All these other aerosexuals, ex-aerosexuals, current aerosexuals, all they doing is continue to hate and talking about what Crawford ain't getting. Do you realize that? They don't talk about what their favorite fighter is getting. Like, let's say, for instance, in the fantasy world, let's just say that Ennis is their favorite fighter. And this is no knock on Ennis, real talk. But here's a topic of discussion. Let's just say Ennis is their favorite fighter. They're taking on the same mentality that they did when it was Crawford Spence. Instead of talking about Spence, they're busy having Crawford in their conversations over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And you look at it that way. You say to yourself, like, when are you going to talk about your favorite fighter? Y'all busy talking about Crawford and continue to inject his name in the algorithm, continue to populate his name as the hottest topic in the YTC. I don't know, man. It's almost like y'all not trained thoroughly. You're undeveloped. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all have microcephaly. It's something going on. Y'all need an Alizan. Y'all need something specific, man. To do an examination on that compartment that's above that's sitting on your shoulder. Something ain't right. They, TBV is up here putting out information that potentially Crawford will be getting whoever he's fighting. He said the Crawford fight combined. I'm talking about him and his opposition will have a combined purse that's higher than Joseph Parker and Wilder. And check this, right? But yet we have people over here in the U.S. talking about he don't have nowheres to go. He has to fight Boots. That's at 47, dog. 47 is about to be open for you to do what you want. It's going to come a time and place real quick. You know what I'm saying? Now that the eclipse is gone by, you know, things are going to get a little bit brighter for you. You know, sooner or later, he's going to vacate those titles, man. Don't act like he ain't did it before. Man, shout out to Ness for dropping that. I mean, combined and Wilder Parker for Crawford and his opposition. Wow. That's big news right there. Massive.
The total pot for both fighters is bigger than Wilder versus Joe Parker. I swear to God, Turkey Al-Sheikh, man. Please check my DM. God damn. Can you just check my DM, my good brother? Like, damn. The Terrence Crawford, Samson Fundora pot is bigger than Deontay Wilder, Joseph Parker pot. Let that sink in, man. Let that sink in. Listen, I do need some callers.
So he's about to go to the callers. Just think about that. This is extremely massive, y'all. Incredible that a fighter that's like Crawford, this is why I say that the good guy don't always come in last. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the blessings come to those who continue to act accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And do what's right. And doing what's right for him is going in here as a professional fighter, one of the best in the game at this time, and continue to show people that he is the best. He's the pound for pound best. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's doing. So when you look at these blessings that's coming his way, it's not a shock. You know what I'm saying? It's not a shock that, you know, he's getting this attention. And this may, you know, potentially be the way it was supposed to come to fruition. This may have been the way it was supposed to materialize, the way the story is written. Because if he would have did it earlier, potentially it may not have worked out like this with all the money and everything. You know what I'm saying? Al-Sheikh really showing up and letting his presence be known in boxing at this point, and then Crawford potentially having an opportunity to reap the benefits over there in Riyadh, and also fighting for another layer, another chapter in his legacy is unbelievable. 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 I think he's getting paid. I think the purse is more money than he got paid with Spence. I think it is. I think he's going to get paid more money than he gave with Spence. Now, on the flip side, when it comes back to the U.S. of A., the red, white, and the blue, right? So somehow, some way, man, you still have individuals over here speaking in a sense where they're retreading the same mud holes that they did when it was Spence and Crawford. I don't get it. Like, they're still trying to talk about how Crawford doesn't have no other people to fight. Come on, man. I don't think people really, just sit and process before you say, okay, let me have a self-reflection before I open my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Saying that okay, your favorite fight is this guy, but you refuse to talk about that guy. You want to talk about the guy you don't like. Why? Because he's the more popular name. You want to inject them in the algorithm a bit more. You know what I'm saying? A lot more. Every day more. I don't get how that is supposed to be supporting your fighter. How does that even make sense? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, they're doing Boots the same way they did Spence. They're talking more about Crawford and what they believe he's not getting than talk about what he potentially may get over there in the sands. This is incredible, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Boxing Voice once again for, always getting the media grenades and send them out to the public. You know what I'm saying? But Bozy, Bozy have to understand. Y'all understand? I heard what you said about y'all not getting the fights, but Shaw News did put the info out there that y'all should go over there. And I guess you had to see it for yourself that you can be sitting around for a bit and then another month and then again and again to the point where y'all listen to his live again and say, you know what, he was right, man. Let's go over here and sign with Matchroom. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all seem happy, man. They doing promo on Boots, all that. But if I have any advice for Boots, I would say this. They criticize Crawford so much for not having a personality, not wanting to, talk to the media. And like everything I just said, this seems like the right time for Crawford to really blossom into who he is right here. You know what I'm saying? Build on his persona. You know what I'm saying? Just open the windows and let everything exude itself out and, talk your shit to the fan. I mean, it's the right moment for him to do that. Boots, you're younger and you're basically about to tread in the same white cap waves as Crawford did early in his career if you're not careful, because your personality is like an empty plastic cup. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was drinking somebody there. I can see the residue, but besides that, it's just sitting around. You know what I'm saying? You got to bump it up a little bit, bro. You got to do something to get it out there. It's okay to live the fighter's lifestyle. But in this era, you cannot sit there and believe that you're going to be a top pay-per-view name in the sport with a personality that reminds you of watching tree sap drip. You know what I'm saying? Dirty gutters. Shit that don't even make sense. Old mailboxes. Is something supposed to be in there? Open it up and see if anything in there. It ain't? Okay, that's what we thought. Abandoned houses. You know what I'm saying? Your personality is like, dude, you gotta find a way to get their attention. I'm talking about the attention of your fans first. You gotta find a way for them to talk about you. You're not gonna get a Crawford fight just by saying, come get your belt. He don't have nowhere else to go. Crawford goes over there and fight. I don't think he's gonna have a fight. He goes in there and win the 2 belts. I don't think he's gonna have a fight in between. And worry about you, because you said you was going to unify the 147-pound division. So right now, you and your promoters just using the clout to say, let's keep on calling out his name, and you know, you signed over here to keep this light shining. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep on singing this kumbaya at nighttime. And this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on now. You can't be singing this little light of mine when you in your late 20s. You got to do something to change it up a little bit if you want people to start really trying to get you in that Crawford fight, man. You know, you are following the same path as Errol. Errol had a declaration that he made to be undisputed at 147. You're not going to be undisputed chasing Crawford. Now, the good thing about it, potentially Crawford's going to drop the belts. Cool. And this conversation and all those aerosexuals, they're going to leave it alone. They just messing with it right now because Crawford's still the unified champion, Boots. That's all. When he drops those belts, you and your entire team will start focusing on a way to try to get those belts. If you don't, you're going to be looking and feeling the same way Spence. Hey, Spence made the declaration, so he had to go for the WBA title. He had to go for the WBO. He had to get those last 2 straps, man. You got one that you didn't win in the ring. So once he dropped the belts, y'all, I'm telling you, this conversation is mute. It's not going anywhere. It's dead. You know what I'm saying? It's no more. People are not going to take a whole lot of energy and say, okay, oh my God. All they want to do now is place Boots' name with Crawford and try to do all these lives and clout chase Crawford's name. Crawford put it out there. You think Hearns is going to come up with the money? One thing I will say about Eddie does brush elbows with the Sheiks. But truth be told, the Sheiks ain't stupid. Right now, Tim Tszú's name is bigger than Ennis. Tim Tszú's name is bigger than Ennis. Sebastian Fundora's name is bigger than Ennis. Why? Because the fight they just had, they showed heart and grit and everything else. And even though Sebastian Fundora has faced adversity, he still had the warrior spirit in there with Tim Tszú. Busted, snot basket, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Tim Tszú, split head. You can see what he was thinking. The split was so long. They getting rewarded for that warrior spirit. That's why his name is bigger than Ennis. Both of them fighters' name is bigger than Ennis. So the Sheik is not going to just try to put anybody. That's why he reached out to Gervonta Davis. Big name, right? Hey, you want to do business? Well, he don't have permission to do business over there. That's why he said, give me 2 Ferraris. You know, he said, I can send you 2 boxing gloves. You're not going to get that. This guy isn't stupid. This is a smart guy, man. This is a smart guy. Look, they got all that money over there. It's not a charity. They're not just handing it out in baskets to anybody who want to fight over there in Riyadh. No. They have a team, and that's where they at. Let me get to the chat. You know what I'm saying? Let me get to the chat right quick. Shout out to everyone that's in the building. I can't get to everybody, of course. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everyone that's on deck. Bud Crawford beats no credit Canelo Alvarez, man. Salute to you on deck, man. You know what I'm saying? I watch your videos you putting out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing. Y'all definitely go check out Bud Crawford beats no credit Canelo Alvarez. Hey, you was on to something. You know what I'm saying? He said they claim he a church boy and don't know how to talk. Man, please. Sebastian Fundora said he'd come down here and fight Errol at 147. He knows how to trash talk. He knows how to trash talk for real. He knows. He knows, man. D-Ray live on the drive. Salute to you. I see you. Hammond on deck. I see you on deck. Samar Warren on deck. See you in the building. So he said, you're right. Fundora had a great soul. Fundora had a great soul. He seemed pure, but he has the wrong people over him or in his ear. Messed up the church money. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And the reason why I said what I said because him and his sister, man, they're competitors at heart. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. They give you all positive sportsmanship. You know what I'm saying? They do. They give you positive sportsmanship energy. Samson seems like the grumpy grandpa to be telling them when Sebastian say, "Hey, grandpa, I mean Samson, do you have a minute?" Did I call at the wrong time? He started to sound like the Cookie Monster. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, Fundora don't want to even call him up. Hey, Gabriel, come here. Can you call Samson? Every time I call him, he just seems so grumpy because he knew I'm going to ask him. I want to fight Crawford. It's going to be millions over there in Riyadh. I want to, you know what I'm saying? He's asking. But Samson knew, and he keep on cutting him off. He won't even let him get it out. And Gabrielle seems to be the voice of reasoning. You know what I'm saying? Her voice is maybe more calming and soothing. You know what I'm saying? Provide him with a bit more serenity. De-escalate his high blood pressure. But unfortunate for him, just like Hammond said, messed up the church money. You got the wrong people around you. Messed it up. Samson is stubborn. He ain't trying to take no fight with Crawford because he's trying to find any way possible to keep the belts in the company of his fighter, which he ain't entirely wrong. But the biggest question is his injury as severe as you're making it out to be? Because you're not a doctor. Period. You're not a doctor. He's up there talking like a doctor. Oh, he's not coming back to November. We got to help Santa with the sleigh. He's coming back in December. I saw earlier then Crawford lawyer sent Samson an offer, and he said no until December. Why are they so scared? Well, from what the Boxing Voice put out is that, Samson's like, no, I couldn't entertain it. I wouldn't entertain it. I can't entertain it. I don't entertain it. I can't listen to it. I never heard it. He just going crazy over there, right? So I'm looking at it like he had to hear it, and he had to let Sebastian know, and he probably sit up there and explained it to him with like it's a rhetorical. They gave me the numbers in they pretty much presented the numbers over there in Riyadh for you to take a fight at this month right here, and I pretty much voiced my displeasure in it, and I hung up the phone. You have anything else to say to me? Okay, bye. You know what I'm saying? That's probably where it was with Sebastian. He didn't give him enough time to really explain his side of the story, because at that point, he told him, I don't know if he really told him the correct numbers. You heard Ness talk about fiduciary. You know what I'm saying? You have to let them know what the offer is. Samson, let's get one thing straight. I hope Sebastian would have an attorney, and the attorney is able to reach out to his manager. At the end of the day, Samson is not his attorney if Fundora has an attorney. So he can get his attorney. Now, he's going to have to pay, but he can get his attorney to try to find out what that offer was, period. He can find out what that was. So, he probably told Fundora some crazy number, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't even close to what they offered over there. He probably wasn't even saying what Ness was saying to hey, you fight Crawford combined, it's going to be more than Parker Wilder. But you know what? If it came up now, it's going to come up again. You don't need that. No, fuck that, man. Hell no. Sebastian said, you about to find out why I'm the Tower Inferno. Bud finna show out. They talking greasy about Mr. Two-Time. Not going to end well for them. And Mr. Two-Time, I like that. Yeah, Mr. Two-Time. Samar Warren on deck, man. What they do, Samar? Carlos, they don't want to be 12th straight knockout in a row. Bud, the real 12th man. Yeah, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to be the 12th straight, man. They don't want to be no straight. And check this out, Samar. They don't want to be the first. If you really want to talk, they don't want to be the first in his 154-pound debut. They don't want to be the first. They get to fight up there 154 pounds. Yeah, just like you said, it's going to be 12 straight, but it's going to be the first fight that he's coming up there to fight for some titles, and that's going to be his debut now. If we want to start Crawford over from the beginning. Listen about it, because at the end of the day, y'all in the chat, right? We can't really take him back to the Jeff Horn days, because we know that particular move he made from 140 to 47 was shrouded in freaking criticism and doubt. And you had people just making up lies about how important Jeff Horn fight really was. You know what I'm saying? But it was a title fight. So we can't really talk about his debut at 147, because that goes down in history. That goes down in history. Period. 2 divisions consecutively undisputed. 140, 147 pounds. So this right here is good to kind of start him off from scratch again. He's making his debut at 154 pounds. Who? That guy at 147. Two-time. Mr. Two-time. Terrence Bud Crawford. And also he did it at 140. For real? Shout out to Jessica in the building. The queen is on deck. Salute. WCS in the chat. Salute to you. That's because it wasn't just Samson say so. Guaranteed PBC and that other rich boxer was in his ear, only because it was Crawford involved and wanted to slow him down. Hey man, you talking some opinionated. I can't say opinionated facts because opinions ain't. But you're talking some what they call it. You know, you kind of drop some gems. You know what I'm saying? You kind of drop the gem there, because you're saying the other guy. You're throwing subliminals out there. Just say his name. You know what I'm saying? He don't look. That's the way he does contribute to the sport. He's in ears, and he hold grudges against people. You know what I'm saying? Truth be told, he holding grudges against people, man. So you made a good point with that. Solid point. You know what I'm saying? They know the money is real over there. Them ninjas on that BS. Champ average 10 to 30 million, top tier 30 plus. What you talking about, shouty? You know what I'm saying? Conquest on deck, man. What's good? Come on, man. Average. Let's not start talking about average. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do that. Because I know they tuned in. Let's not talk about average and put the MIL on there. You could have just put a capital M, dog. You're doing too much, man. You know they still haven't recovered since last year. You know, you're up here ripping it off, man. The scab is not even freaking fully healed. Still pulse coming out, man. Because that hot grease keep on bubbling it up, man. I love giving them first degree blisters. Not when they raise Crawford hand. None of that, the first man BS. The Saudis are paying in gold. You know what I'm saying? Not that back end money, bro. Right? The back end money they used to talk about. Yeah, all these damn financial experts on here talking about the back end money now. Come on, man. I'm getting to one of those fights before he retires. They must see. Well, if you go to the one in Saudi, hey man, that should. I don't know how that's gonna be. I don't know if you're not locked in to actual VIP. I don't know how that can go for you. That's gonna be very expensive for real. You might want to get with a team or something. I don't know how that's going to fit in the budget, bro. You know what I'm saying? That seems like an expensive trip. Crawford going to really put on for that money, too. I think these next couple of fights, he's going to really show out something nice. I think so, too, man. I already think he's doing that. And the reason why I say that is because we seen July 29th, man. He showed out. Now, who's putting Errol Spence over Zoo? Nobody. Who was putting who was putting Zoo over Errol Spence? Nobody. Who was putting Fundora over Errol Spence? Nobody. They was talking about Spence Crawford. So when he went in there and did what he was supposed to do so easily, that's why it hit hard. That's why it became a boxing quake. You know what I'm saying? It had nothing to do with the earth. The earth was going to shake regardless. It became a boxing quake. You know what I'm saying? A mudslide, a tsunami. It was so bad they just didn't know what rescue to send in. The responders was confused. They was like, "Excuse me, where are we supposed to go? We supposed to go to the water? Are we supposed to go to the mountain? Where we supposed to go?" I just want to know where we supposed to go. They didn't know where to go. It was bad. And then they saw that category 16 tornado in the distance. He did too much, man. He went in there and spent that guy around, man, and beat him up real bad. To the point where it just changed the whole game. It showed people that Crawford was on that elite level, the way he beat up a pound for pound fighter. Now, we all know what happened after that. We don't have to go in detail. But obviously, all those naysayers that was complaining about he cheated and, trying to make up all these rumors. Man, this man is about to potentially fight over in Riyadh for big money. And I always said I would like to see him fight Zoo. Because Zoo, to me, dude has heart. And what better person than Crawford to open that cut back up on the top of his head? What better person to sit up here and show the people how he can go in there and swim and not get wet? Zoo is too slow for Crawford. He's tough. He has heart. That he has. But Crawford has a much higher ring IQ than Zoo. Zoo can sit up here and pressure. And he's going to find out real quick what Crawford did to Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn was a big Aussie. He shut him down quick. Zoo can pressure. Go ahead. But all I want you to do is go see a plastic surgeon and get that cut fixed. I don't want no excuses. I don't want the Zoo, whatever we're going to call them, the Aussie sexuals coming over here, coming up with crazy ass excuses, man. Just imagine if he get Canelo fight with the bag behind him now, that'd be crazy. Them sheiks are not gonna pay Canelo 150 million. Like I said, they don't come off to me as a bunch of guys who's just donating money to fighters just so it can be shown. They're not worrying about pay-per-view numbers. They want to have some of the biggest fights, to kind of pretty much rub it in the U.S. face in a good way. Because obviously this guy has been on record saying who his favorite fighters are. You know what I'm saying? He's made it a point to say he don't have no ulterior agenda, to prove to the U.S. boxing footprint he's taking over. He's not trying to do that. He's not trying to do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? They claiming, I read that Dan Tan on deck, I see you. What's good? Boots will lose before he ever gets a fight with Crawford. Golden throwing those shots. I wouldn't go out and say that. Like I said, I'm not hating on Ennis. I just have, criticism about his resume, just I have like other fighters. You know what I'm saying? I don't have him beating Crawford. I just have him being the second man in the ring, a student on that night, and Crawford's the professor. And I see him getting taught a curriculum that he didn't never see or was he ever taught in that Philly gym. I see this being a very crucial lesson. Just like Floyd showed Canelo Alvarez. It's going to be a very crucial lesson for Boots. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? All that showboating around and doing all that pivoting and dipping in and out, trying to hit people with an uppercut. Hey, go ahead and do what you want to do. Maybe Eddie Hearns can put Boots versus Avanesian as the co-main event of Saudi. But man, what they say? I know you lying. I know you lying. Ain't that what they say? I know you lying. Man, they put Boots versus Avanesian. No, we can't do that. Because they was hating so hard over there when Crawford stepped in Omaha to fight Avanesian. They was hurt. They was hating so hard, man. Bro, listen, unless Crawford is fighting Boots next, there's no need for him to be the co-main event on that card. No, man, he hasn't earned the spot yet, bro. Yes, you know, people will probably say, okay, we're going to tune into this card, but Boots don't have someone on the co-main event to dance with that people are going to have just a little bit of anxiety. Avanesian is not going to give us anxiety. No, what it's going to do is, okay, how long is Avanesian going to last? It's just like the John Ryder fight with Hummy McGill. We knew John Ryder wasn't going the distance with Hummy McGill. It was a preamble for him to step in the ring with Canelo. So we know he wasn't going the distance. We just wanted to know how long it lasts. And then it just makes you think, did Canelo do everything he's supposed to do to knock out John Ryder? Because John Ryder, you know, they made that fight look like Canelo was having problems and John Ryder was having so much success. And then they put him in there with Hummy McGill and he knocks him out. I'm telling you, in boxing, the system has more scripts than reality TV, aka the orders. Seriously, man. After this money made Samson gonna come out and say Crawford likable style, we want to fight him. Yeah. After I was out with my grandson, you know, I was sipping on some scotch, and I said to myself, you know, I don't need to be so grumpy. You know, I say, Fundora, go ahead. You know, Crawford likable style. I figure we could do it. He's earned the spot. He's the unified champion now. He earned the spot. Yeah, Crawford had to go in there and once again show him again. Andrew Charles on deck, man. What's good? I see you in the building. Salute to you, man. I believe the very first step of fight he really get it going to lose or the will rob whoever he fights. Man, you set on Boots losing his first step up fight, huh? I mean, I don't know who that'll be. Oh, okay. Dang. Juice be dropping some fire, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? That's not far off, man, but I don't want to put that tag on him, that Juice. I don't want to put that tag on him, bro. You trying to say he left hook lazy? How disrespectful. Oh my God, I swear. Man, how disrespectful. One of the wrenches, put that wrench on timeout. Something. He's comparing this man to Jeff Lacy. You know darn well Jeff Lacy looked like a linebacker who played for the Who I'm Not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not special. I'm not a star. I'm not who you think I am. He played for the Who I'm Not. Shoot, nobody knows them. You heard of my name, but that's about it. Without even trying, it very well seems like Crawford is the guy dropping the bag. Is setting precedents. Gonna start opening the other fighter eyes. Kind of see a little revolutionary to me. I can see where you're at with it. I'm not sure if I totally is on board with that. You know why? Because boxing doesn't work like that. I understand where you at with it, right? And saying that other fighters will see this, that, and the other. No. You know why they're not going to look at it that way? Because a lot of them fighters don't see Crawford as a trendsetter. They just see Crawford at his peak right now. You know, in boxing, they love using this word peak. They'll say, oh, well, Crawford, to be honest with you, he's 36 going on 37 this year. He's at the peak of his career. They're not looking at it like he's doing big things. Why? Because other fighters have fought in Riyadh and they've gotten paid. We didn't make such a big deal of them getting paid because it was just regular fights. Nobody's asking about Jarrell Miller and Daniel Dubois, how much they got paid. Nobody's talking about Anthony Joshua, Otto Wallin. And nobody's going to tell me he got $50 million for that fight. No. Nobody's gonna convince me he got 50 million to fight Francis Ngannou. No, no, it's no way. Shout out to the Oracle himself, Trick Noty in the building. Boots just became the American version of Anthony Joshua. Just like when Hearn had Ortiz, he had him, but kept him away from Joshua, and also he kept Joshua from Wilder. I don't believe or trust Eddie. Man, you made some solid points, bro. He did keep Joshua from Wilder. They came with that flat fee. You know what I'm saying? You know, we'll see. It's only the people that's hoping that Eddie Hearns is the machine and he's the engine to get Boots to be able to somehow, some way get a fight with Crawford. But it's not gonna happen. Like I said, they just clout chasing, because really Crawford understands he's not gonna get any credit. And then who has Crawford ever ducked? Check this out. Canelo is growing feathers right now, Trick. Right? He's growing feathers right now. That dude's damn near covered in feathers. You know what I'm saying? And they trying to say he looked like one of them ancient, you know what I'm saying, them birds back in the dinosaur ages, because they never seen something, a Mexican bird with red hair and freaking vanilla feathers, white feathers. Look, check this out, y'all. Crawford never ducked anybody, right? So don't he have some duck credits? Don't Crawford have some duck credits? Are we really going to trip? Are we really going to be at a point where we're going to call Crawford if he don't fight Boots because they're not going to give him credit? Because he just has a title in the way he got it? Is any amount of money going to convince Crawford to say, oh, let me go prove to them? He beat him. They're going to say he wasn't qualified to be in there to begin with. Y'all smart enough to know that. They're going to say he wasn't qualified. His portfolio don't add up. His boxing fight code, WCS said it was a 440. It was a 440. WCS put the live out. His boxing fight code was deep down in the dirt. But you're right. Eddie Hearns did keep them fighters away. He definitely kept Anthony Joshua to this day away from Wilder. But shout out to the Oracle Trick Noty in the building, man. Salute to you, bro. Makes me ask, why isn't there more fighters who take independence route? Why is it so hard in boxing? It's hard in boxing because boxing isn't regulated. And we all know that in order for you to be independent, you have to be good. And you have to go from good to be great. And you have to be a commodity. You know what I'm saying? Prize fighting. You have to be a commodity for someone to invest that money into you. So it's okay to say, well, you know, I want to be independent. But then what is your network going to be? You gotta have some type of attraction. You got to have some type of magnification so people can look at you closely and say, I want to invest some freaking money into this person. You know what I'm saying? It's good for them because they don't have to go through, you know, co-promoting with this other promoter or, you know, putting out. I mean, it's better for the fighter, but you just can't be independent for fun. You got to have some type of value. You got to have some type of appraising value, real talk, for you to even think about being independent. It's fighters out there that know they can't go independent. They try to go independent and then they end up signing a multi-fight deal with a promoter and be locked into several fights. That's just going to happen. A promoter don't want you to come in there and make all that money and then dip like Canelo did PBC. You know what I'm saying? They always want to talk about fighters happen to sign multi-fight deals at PBC. Canelo didn't. You know what I'm saying? Canelo came in that motherfucker. He was riding a goddamn quad. He came in there. He just leaned over to the side. He scooped that bag off and hit the throttle. He was hitting them gears out of there. Thank you. Muchas gracias, amigo. I see you soon. He didn't sign no freaking multi-fight deal. Canelo came in there, scooped that up, And he even did a wheelie out that joint, man. He even did he one time out there for real. Yeah, Jeff Lacey abs had abdominals. Hey man, I think they talking about Jeff Lacey in a different way. That trick. Hey, they wasn't mentioning Jeff Lacey as far as physique. I think he was speaking on much more, you know, pros and cons. They was talking about the cons. They was talking about the deficiencies, the declivity, the generation, dilapidation. I thought I saw Blunts in here earlier when I was listening. Hey, Jones on deck. What's good? What's good? Shout out to IOTBA Boxing in the building. The GOAT is on deck. Salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up, man. JD in the building. Your trick didn't ring. Let me see. Your trick didn't ring. Magazine give Jeff Abs of the year when he went over to smoke a Washman and got cooked. Man, we can't make this about Jeff Lacey because I'm not putting Ennis in the same conversation as Jeff Lacey. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to disrespect him like that. I think he's way more talented than Jeff Lacey. Real talk. And he has way more cardio, I think. I'm going out on one. I think he does. But I can't do that to him. If I put him in the same conversation because y'all put it out there, I'm hating. Real talk. Because I don't see him being a Jeff Lacey. I don't, man. Ain't nothing wrong with, I'm planning on staying up late too. You know, you got to plan that shit. The older you get. Okay. Man, y'all acting like y'all old. Y'all ain't old, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't old. Stop doing that, man. LT Boxer was good. Sent you a message on IG. Okay. Y'all definitely go check out LTBA. Been around the game. You know what I'm saying? The GOAT of the YTC. The GOAT of Facebook. He was doing it before everybody. You know what I'm saying? I had to demote Blunts. I can't call two people the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? He the GOAT for real. He put out the time and the effort, the clock, the minutes, the seconds. Hey man, I'm telling you the way it is, bro. Don't feel no type of way for it. I never forget that Lacey Kawasaki fight. Joe landed 1,000 punches that night. Jeff was supposed to make short work of Joe. Nah. He don't have the cardio to do it back then. Kawasaki smoked Lacey like a pack of coals. He did, man. He did. For real. But it's another, let me see. It was another portion over here. And let me see. Oh, no, I'm not even going to give no plan. I want to, since I've covered, the part where, TBB put it out there that it's going to be a massive offer that they want to talk. They're just trying to sweat everything out, go through the filtering stages and see where they at with this. You know what I'm saying? See who's going to be the opponent for Crawford. See how this whole deal going to play out. It's the 12th now. So they want to see how everything is going to play out with WBO, getting that belt stripped from Fundora, and also potentially Crawford fighting opponent for both belts. Because we all know Samson is pretty much trying to say that Fundora's injured and to keep both of the belts on lock and key. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at him for trying to play, keepsake. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at him for that shit. It's just petty. It just seems a little petty the way he's acting, trying to discredit Crawford's every move, to my he's no likable style. And he makes himself look crazy, hearing this information that, potentially they dropping a huge bag on them. I mean, come on, you want to be the Grinch? You know what I'm saying? What's the use of being the Grinch if you can't steal anything? What are you stealing? You trying to steal an opportunity for Crawford to fight? He's going to fight for a belt whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the Grinch that stole the WBO opportunity from Crawford? Come on, bro. Y'all will be able to get that shot back. You'll be able to get your moment. I think that's how it's going to play out. Hey man, everybody has sources, man. Shout out to Bill's Boot Camp in the building. Everybody has sources on when Boots and Crawford are gonna fight and on. Hey, when it happened, bro. Everybody's trying to say, oh, Crawford accepted the Jerron Ennis fight. Listen, Crawford is independent, and he's not gonna fight Ennis for no chump change. Even though I've put it out there before that Ennis still have some road work to do. You know what I'm saying? He still has some hills to climb. He still has some classroom hours to complete. You're talking about an IQ that are nowhere close on the same level. We understand that the way you can get a boxing license isn't that difficult. There's guys out here right now who are 1-0, and they got that because they were supposed to be in there as the opponent, and they went in there off the couch, PS5, and they end up winning. And they bragging around their time. I mean, I'm an undefeated fighter, man. Come on, man. No, you ain't. Man, hey, how much you want to bet? See, they were supposed to be the opponent, but the bum, so to speak, changed roles. It's supposed to be somebody that was building, and they went in there and got hurt. They went into one of them guys who can actually fight off the street. So it's easy to get a boxing license, but when you go and get on this level, and you have 30 plus fights, and you know what I'm saying, Crawford sitting at 40, the IQ is nowhere in the proximity. And once again, I will say this out of no disrespect to Team Ennis, but I don't see Bozy out coaching Bomac. I won't even say I don't see it, because people gonna say, oh well, close your eyes, dude, and you definitely won't. I don't. When it comes to the boxing curriculum, I just don't, in no way, shape, or form, believe that Bozy can outcoach Bomac. I don't believe at all that Jerron Ennis can outthink Crawford in the ring. Just the same thing I put out there with Spence. His boxing IQ is too heavy of a load, too heavy of a curriculum for Jerron Ennis to find out on the fly. A minute is not going to take 12 freaking minutes. No way. It's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to do this within minutes. That 1 minute that they allot you in between rounds, that's not going to happen. You're going to have to watch film study on this afterwards. I know I've heard, but look, I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway, because I already got, I already put the information out that was the most important to me. But I need for you all to listen to why, if Ennis allowed these type of fans right here to infiltrate his company and become supporters, he's doomed. Let me let you listen to something right quick. Okay? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, this is it right here. You don't have to pay attention too much. But this dude right here, after I gave him a pass, I didn't go over there before the fight or anything. He was talking shit how Crawford was gonna lose and this, that, and the other. I got the receipts, man. I did not go on his comments until he came over here. But check this out now. Your ears are not deceiving you now. Pay attention. It's Friday. Pay attention now. And look, this is no editing. This is exactly how this country bumpkin talk. You know what I'm saying? This dude went to a boarding school, on a remote island. He wasn't taught English by the freaking humans. They had some laboratory named monkeys and chimps out there that freaking have been trained and that was out there teaching him English. And they never even said a word. They were just showing him flashcards. And they would say, sound it off. And then the chimps would freaking nod their head like they always do. They was laughing at him. Listen to this shit right here.
Terrence Crawford. Boo Ennis never called out Terrence Crawford. Boo Ennis never need to call out Terrence Crawford. Boo Ennis never called out Terrence Crawford.
Now it's not just me. I don't think he's really putting the T on the end of boots. How difficult is it? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He the type of person say, I'm put my show on. Your what? My shows. Oh, you gonna look at TV? No, my shows. What you mean your show? On my feed. My shows.
Now we have seen it again. Boo Ennis called out Terrence Crawford. What will be Terrence Crawford's response? Boo Ennis said he has no.
This dude talk like he's been eating a bowl of potatoes. Yeah, like he been eating pistachio shells with chocolate milk. And somebody's been telling him it was Captain Crunch, dog. And them motherfuckers lodged in his throat.
Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. He's willing to fight him at 147 or 154. It don't matter. He said he's ready to fight anybody. So for everybody out there saying that Boo Ennis,
I can't do it, man. I can't listen no more. Just the fact that you calling him your boo, I can't listen to you no more. You know what I'm saying? Because you are a straight, certified aerosexual who went down in flames like the rest of them, and you made it back, and you know, it seemed like you from the outside in you healed up, but that inside, them scars are still active. Them scars are there, right? So just the fact that this is an aerosexual who's trying to convince y'all that he's rooting for Boots, but yet he's a Crawford hater. Period. But I can't play any more of this because he cannot say the OT. He can't carry through with the whole pronunciation. Who does that? Who does that, man? You can't say boots. You can't add the TS on there.
was ducking Terrence Crawford. You heard what Boo Ennis said.
I went out publicly a few times saying that he not looking my direction, he not looking my way. I'm not a big enough name. I'm not this, I'm not that. But there's nobody else left for him to fight. Either you fight me or you fight nobody. So, like I said, somebody gonna pay, no matter who it is.
Hey, I'm gonna end it right there. Check this out, y'all. Is it just me or when Ennis? Come on, Ennis. I'm being real with you, man. I'm an older cat just like your pops, bro. Bro, listen to me, man. Man, yeah, man, come on, bro. Come on, man. Your personality make me want to go out here and clean dirty Q-tips, bro, and try to sell them back in the package for people and say, hey, don't worry about it. Them not being totally white. You know what I'm saying? They're recyclable. I cleaned them all by hand. I hand washed them. Listen to you freaking. Come on, Ennis, man. You got that nut job, freaking D-Town up here that can't even speak proper freaking. Man, where is he at? Where is he residing at? They must not. They school system must consist of 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? 3 kids and no teachers. But it's just a fact, Boots. You know, you got a cat like this where you should send a cease and desist on this nigga. He shouldn't be allowed to talk about you, Boots. Even if it's in good nature, he shouldn't be allowed to talk on you. You should tell him, no, I'm censoring, cease to desist, man. NDA. Put an NDA on. He ain't allowed to talk. He can't even put the O and the T and the S on your freaking alias, man. Come on, Boots. And then you're not even better when you're talking. You just signed with a whole new promotion. You say, well, he said, well, yeah. And, he said, he don't want to look my way and like that. And see, when you got an empty water jug, people know it was water in there before. And that's what I'm saying, I'm still wearing the gloves and I sweat. I drink out of water jugs all the time. And when they empty, I fill them back up. All I'm asking him to fill the water jug back up. He still can use it. It may not have the same alkaline in there when you use tap water, but it's what was in there before. You know what I'm saying? It's just, come on, Jerron. Come on, bro. Man, I swear, bro, man, you have to get some PR classes. Dude, you just signed and the cameras and you in front of the lens, bro. And your personality is just dead to rights, bro. Your personality is like, man, nobody is looking to hear you trash talk. What's wrong, man? You are now kind of pretty much elevated yourself. You at a higher floor now. You know what I'm saying? But never mind. Never mind. I'm not here to be your chaperone or your babysitter. You know what I'm saying? You're a grown man. Well, I'm just saying, really, me, I'm being all honest, like a person that enjoys English. I'm just saying, man, you gotta up your spirit a little bit. Bump the tempo, pick up your tone a little bit. Find your words. You know what I'm saying? Come on, brother. You better than that. In order for you to get a Crawford fight, it ain't gonna just take the same people. And like I said, as long as you got D-Town up here talking for you, their boost, you ain't gonna never fight Crawford. You ain't gonna never fight Crawford. That one nigga right there, he gonna keep you from ever getting that fight. Because he's out here putting content out and calling you boo. Boo any? A boo any? See, the way we look at it, I'm not speaking for the whole Crawford support base, but the way I look at it, you got some lazy fans. Your fans are reciprocating the way your personality is. This dude's so lazy, he can't even say TS on the end. He can't even say TS. You can't have lazy fans, Boots. You got to check this nigga, man. You got to say, if you're going to speak on my name, speak with some authority. Speak with some energy. Speak with some vigor. Don't come in here. I'm a boo any. Boo any. A boo any. What? Boo any. Boo any. You're going to have somebody remixing that real soon, yo. For real. Somebody going to be remixing that real soon. You have to send an NDA, get him to sign an NDA so he won't talk about your name, period. And you yourself, you need to take up some PR classes because you are dry than a snail in a salt bath, bro. You are super dry, my brother. Sandpaper dry. Dry ice dry. You know what I'm saying? You are super duper dry, man. You need a personality, bro. That's all I'm saying. Jesus Christ, man. Trick said WCS was the same dude who was with Rolly when he read to those. Hey, man. Hey, I'm all about edu.com. Oh, hey, I'm all about edu.com, Trick. You know what I'm saying? Hey, education first. hey, Trick, when it came to education, they was about just say no. They was putting signs up, just say no. No, the kids should get education. No, just say no. They had them the just say no banners up when it came to them getting their education because they gave up on them. No, just say no. Rolly fought his way through though. You know what I'm saying? Rolly fought his way through, man. They got their D-Town, man. I don't know what school he went to, but obviously they didn't have no funding for no textbooks or no computers, goddamn. That dude sound dumb as a freaking rock, man. You know what I'm saying? Good Lord. And Bueni, that's just lazy, man. Somebody need to put him back in whatever plantation he came from. I don't think he free. I'm gonna be honest. People might get mad at that. I don't think he free, y'all. I think when he shut down these lives, he go right back up there and start picking. He ain't free, y'all. Ain't nobody free talking like that. Hey, boo, Eddie. 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 Man, come on. He ain't free, dog. Stop it. You ain't gonna convince me he free. Next time he on live, I'm gonna tell him, man, hey, walk outside. That when he goes, I can't do that. I gotta be on here. I gotta talk about Boo in it and Boo in it. Nah, walk outside right quick, man. I just want to see if there's anybody else out there that's doing things that we thought has since left and we got past. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you walk outside. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. I walk outside. I gotta work. And he gonna slip up and Master told me I got 5 minutes. I got a 5-10 minute. Master told me. No, ain't nobody free talking like that. Ain't nobody free talking like that. Boo any? Come on, you trying to tell me you can't say boots? That's so difficult. Boo any? Bro. For real. For real, that D-Town. Don't leave no more comments. Don't leave no more comments on my videos, man. You're an aerosexual trying to support Boots Ennis now. And you're doing a poor job, and Boots should send you an NDA and have you sign that effective ASAP. And he should goddamn have you send you a cease and desist and tell you, hey, don't ever speak my name again in YTC career. Be quiet. You understand me? I want to hear you say Jerron. You probably just say Ja. And I take the Ja. You talking about Morant? No, Ja. Philly Ja. Jabu. What? Jabu. Jabu eh? Jabu eh? Oh, you African. You from Ghana. No, man. Man, Jabu eh? Jabu eh eh? Eh bu Ja. Jabu eh? Jabubu. Jabubu ah. Oh my God, dog, somebody shut that dude up. Jabu eh? Jabu eh? Oh my God, this dude don't know how to speak English, dog. Jesus Christ, I don't know who worse, him or Rolly, man. I gotta get him. That dude ain't free, dog. And I thought my people was off. Nobody's gonna tell me that once he shut his lives down, he walks around the entire house and like it's his. He goes back out there with his goddamn potato sack and he continues to do what he gotta do, dog. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'm not pissing nobody off, but that dude, Jabu eh? He gonna be up there trying to tell. I support Jabu eh? Jabu eh? He out of fear? Philly. Jabu eh out of Philly. Jabu eh? Man, come on, stop it. You too lazy, bro. You too lazy. For real, he too lazy, man. He don't deserve to talk about no Boots Ennis. You know what I'm saying? Nigga that can't even say Boo. I ain't never heard somebody fuck up a name like that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That nigga put like 5 R's in Arrow. You know what I'm saying? He don't deserve to speak, man. He should be banned from speaking English, dog, for real. He making, and then he got shade of skin like me. You know, he a black man. But he act like he just, you want to talk about, look, please don't laugh at this. But he is a perfect example of what they talk about glitching. This nigga right here glitched so bad. Man, he doesn't supposed to be here right now, dog. Somebody need to get him back to that point. Take him through the educational system. Get him spun up with the basic high school education, man. Whether it's through alternative learning, GED, or through a high school, right? And then bring him up to date here. That's only after he's able to complete a full 10-line paragraph. Clear. I'm talking about pronouncing every vowel, syllable, all that. He is not supposed to be here saying boo any. Boo any. By jabu jabu boo cha. Nigga sound like an African. Hey, this nigga's glitching, yo. This nigga's glitching, jabu Man, get out of here, bro. MD on deck, man. What's good with it? Man, come on, man. That shit don't make no sense, bro. These sound like he chewing tobacco white. Man, it's worse than that, MD. You know what I'm saying? That dude, man, them country folks, man, they know how to speak English. They just speaking, short slang, country slang, and stuff like that. That ain't country slang, man. That's pretty much being lazy and failing to pronounce the back end of the word. Period. Dude sound like some Africanized honeybee stung him in the larynx. Man, it's something, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wanna know if he even has his full tongue or something, man. Something ain't right, bro. Something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? They must have gave him the prototype version of Hooked on Phonics. It wasn't even out yet. They gave him a prototype. Okay, we know how many letters of the alphabet, but there's some missing. We ain't quite got them there. So you're gonna have some vowels that's missing, and some words. But you're smart enough to be able to pronounce this yourself. Okay, all right. Hooked on Phonics didn't work. Then they say, you know what? We got an option for you. We're gonna give you the beginner's course of Ebonics. Okay. And with a little country twang on it. Okay, we're gonna give you Ebonics with a country twang. Okay, cause you like that twang. Jabu Yeah, that's it right there. That Ebonics, Jabu Get your ass up out of here. How long are we riding tonight? Damn. But hey, back to business though. It's always good to have some type of enlightenment. But D-Town, if you want me to help you with any type of verbal structure, so to speak, I'm willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? The first hour's free. It's on me. We're going to start with the vowels, okay? And that's what we're going to start working on. Jabu I'm leaving that alone, bro. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Team Crawford, man. I hope the news break the way it's supposed to. It's so much boxing news is out there right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's just all Crawford. And then, the hopes that Matchroom and Ennis have a good matrimony together. You know what I'm saying? People up here talking right now, they're trying to hope that Matchroom is able to keep him active. If Ennis goes up here and he sits around past June waiting on the Crawford fight, then I'm look, I don't know what to tell y'all, bro. I don't know what to tell y'all. If that happened, I don't know what to tell you. But my final topic, I gotta talk about Ryan Garcia article that came out. I think this is hilarious on top of what we've been talking about. This is from Boxing News 24, right? Okay. So I have to share screen with this because it's only right that I share screen, right? Because Garcia has had been a man of many masks. He had the yin yang mask. You know what I'm saying? He was he had the Illuminati mask. Now he's putting on a mask of being a comedian, because he said that he said the comment about Haney and Diddy, which was quite funny to me. But anyway, he just basically made me laugh again. Okay, and look, this may happen. At one point in time, I never thought Jake Paul would be able to step in there with the legends that he's stepping there with, but he has. He's been in there, been able to step in there with Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley, Anderson Silva. It's just amazing. Now he's about to step in there with Mike Tyson, who I never thought he'd fight. And then Canelo has even entertained fighting him in the future, maybe. But let me take down this right here, okay? Let me remove the hot Grease Chronicles thumbnail and show you some funny stuff right here. Okay? So, this is Boxing News 24. Okay? And let me go back to the top. Ryan Garcia guns for Crawford, a call out for the ages. This is the state of emergency that boxing is in right now. Ryan Garcia hasn't even went in there and defeated Devin Haney. I don't know where his mental state is right now. So, but obviously, it has crawled away from him and is in there hiding because it doesn't want to be embarrassed anymore. Ryan Garcia said, it goes on to say in the opening article by Chris Williams, a Crawford hater. He said, Ryan Garcia, I know this. I read enough of his articles. Ryan Garcia called out Terrence Crawford on social media today, saying he wants to kick his ass. Just for the sake of it, for no apparent reason. All I know is Ryan would never speak to Boost Ennis like that. I'm just saying. Ryan picked the right guy because Crawford is as needy as he can get for a fight, and he can't afford to sit on the shelf for much longer without being completely forgotten. Terrence hasn't been in the ring for a hot minute and desperately needs to fight someone fans have heard of. Now, this is a legitimate Crawford hater, and he's always saying some crazy stuff. And this is not going to be any different. He said if Ryan pulls off the upset of Haney, his popularity will soar through the roof, making him one of the biggest names in boxing. When, if that happens, Ryan can pick and choose from anyone, and he might forget about Crawford and focus on some of the more talented fighters. This guy said the more talented fighters. That's why I say this for last, man. What about talented writers? I guess because some of you guys do some of these articles pro bono, you can sit up here and say what you want. If boxing continues to allow Ryan Garcia to get away with just being a social media star with a pretty face and don't hold him accountable for not living up to the expectations with his skill set, then who's to blame? The fans are to blame because y'all keep on talking about how many social media followers he got. He says Terrence Crawford, 40-0, 31 knockouts, hasn't fought in almost a year. Look, it's April, right? And we got 3 more months. And he's talking about almost a year. Come on now. Let's talk about abusing the roundup. You want to round this up to 12 months so quick. And we still have 3 months left, right? Because they fought on July 29th, okay? He said Crawford, he hasn't fought almost a year. He'll likely jump at the chance to fight a popular fighter like Ryan. This guy's on crack. Forget fentanyl. This guy is on some good, solid, fresh crack. Even if he coming off a Haney, this fight offer is Crawford's golden ticket payday after his clash a year ago against Errol. Crawford has been waiting for a similar money fight to fall into his lap like gravity, but it has not happened, and the situation is starting to look desperate. But how's his situation starting to look desperate? And you say he in one article you say he was on the extended victory lap, and then you say he didn't have nothing lined up, and then you say man, it's starting to look desperate. How can you look desperate when you're up here saying he ain't doing anything? Isn't desperation an action? You know what I'm saying? Isn't desperation an action? He wanted to fight Canelo Alvarez, but Mexican superstar had no interest in accommodating him because it would be another lose-lose match. This guy's a straight-up hater, man. You know what I'm saying? Ron say, I respect Crawford and what he has reached, but I want to kick his ass just cause. Let's fucking go, bitch. He called him a bitch, right? And that's why I had to show y'all this as the last topic, because Ryan Garcia, you know, he's getting away with just doing things. He know damn well. Look, this is a fighter who Tank Davis punched with a left hook at the presser. This is a fighter who was stopped to the ribs, got up on 10, walked back over to Joe Goosen, and he said, "Is that the rib? The rib that was broken?" Yeah. You know, he didn't wobble. He didn't limp. He didn't slide one foot like he was the Sandman. He walked back over there, no problem. Ryan Garcia, I'm looking for him to get his ears boxed off versus Devin Haney. And, you know, these fighters, from Mario Barrios to Teofimo Lopez to Boots Ennis to all the other fighters who continue to clout chase Crawford's name. Out of all of them, we know Ryan Garcia, if he was to see Crawford in person, Crawford will punk Garcia out so freaking bad, he would tie himself up. He would tie himself up in the middle of the highway and blame it on the Illuminati. Oh, they forced me to do it. They forced me to do it. He would tie himself up, y'all. He would put himself in jeopardy of losing his own life by going into the highway, tying his own self up in the middle of traffic. He the one that will find a bed sheet and jump off a 12-story building and say, if I make it, it was meant to be. God had my side. If I don't, then it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I just got to get away from Crawford. I got to show Crawford I'm tough. You call the man a bitch? Are you crazy? You know what I'm saying? Y'all just taking shots at the wrong person, man. I guess because you out there with Diddy James, he up here whispering in your ear. Take that, 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 Ryan, take that. Is that what's going on over there? Because you coming out here doing some fugazi stuff, bro. Like, what are you doing over there? Who told you to do that? You know what happened when Teofimo was talking that. Crawford went out there and pulled up when he was coming out of the tent. You know what I'm saying? Crawford was out there waiting on him. And then, you know, Tia them tried to come over there and tell me, oh, man, I don't let my gangster do that. No. You wasn't expecting Crawford to be out there unless somebody told you, hey, Bud out there waiting on you, dog. They started laughing. Look, they started laughing like Steve Harvey. That boy couldn't get it. I told you, boy, you can't go out there and talk about Bud like that. Man, Crawford was out there waiting on him. What's that shit you was talking? And now Ryan is going to say, let's go. I want to kick your ass. Call him a bitch. Man, come on, bro. Come on, Ryan. You know, and now the aerosexuals, I'm going to see if they're going to talk about Ryan. Probably not, because a lot of them is going, you know, they split. You know, a lot of them Devin Haney haters. So, you know, they might just talk about Ryan just because, you know, they want him to go in there and beat Devin. You know, that's how boxing is. Boxing is the only combat sport that you have the most confused fans in the world. You know what I'm saying? This man is just taking shots at Crawford knowing damn well he's not on his level. Crawford would knock you out in 2 to 3 rounds there, Ryan. In 2 to 3 rounds. And, man, you better go ahead and shock the world. Because we all seen with Rolly. Hey, they made sure the bullshit that Rolly was talking, that he get in front of the camera while he was still delirious. He was still dizzy. He was dizzy. Don't talk to me, I'm dizzy. That's what he was. His Charlo was on. And they put the camera in front of his face. They knew that man wasn't supposed to do an interview. That's what they're going to do to you there, Ryan. You go in there and lose to Devin. Don't come up here trying to be like T.O. and telling somebody to suck a D and all that. No. Take the criticism. You're not living up to the hype. What we want to see? We want to see you fight freaking Rolly Romero afterwards, after you take this L. You better go in there with something we ain't never seen before, buddy. Period. That's what we better see. But man, Chris Williams really loved Bud. He's just mad that Bud won't do an interview with him and acknowledge that it exists. How is that love though, when majority of his articles are bashing Bud. You know what I'm saying? He's bashing him. How? What type of love is that? Is that like the stepson love? Is that like the stepmother father love? You know what I'm saying? Is that like orphanage love? We want to do everything in our power to make sure we put you in a loving home. You know what I'm saying? A loving home. Yes. Well, the family that we have up next, they have had a lot of domestic violence, but it's not all the time. Do you think you want to give it a try? It's only like 7 to 8 months out of the year. And really, it's not just like you have to look at it like expecting it to happen. But every now and then you might be in there making a sandwich. You might get slapped in the back of the head. That's not that bad. It's not that bad. You think you want to go to that family? You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Chris Williams, man, and he's a Crawford, a legitimate hater, bro. He always talking shit about freaking Crawford. Always. Hey, ayahuasca ain't gonna do him no good there, MD. He on some other stuff that ayahuasca don't even include in their cocktail, to have you drink their cocktail initially. No, he on some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? He on that other stuff to make him go around here and talk goofy. All I gotta say is, you know, that mitt drill that I seen him and Diddy doing, if that's the mitts he's gonna bring into the fight, you know, then so be it, goddammit. You know, I mean, if you want to bring that type of mitt drill, that 1-2, that 1-2, 1-2, 1-1-2, 1-2, 2-1, good luck, man. Good luck. Because I'm about sick and tired of Ryan Garcia talking that bullshit, dog. For real. It's time to show and prove with Devin Haney. You need to go in there and show that you ain't just all talk and all that. You know, one thing I can say about Ryan, people say he quit against Tank, but early rounds he was pressing the pace. I give him that. He didn't go in there and do like Rolly did. Rolly was all on the outside. If it wouldn't have been no ring ropes up there with Eastside Cruz, you would have had to get some binos to see Rolly. Rolly would have been so far in the distance, you would have had to get some binos. Is that him? I see a little speck out there moving around with a goofy looking look on his face. Yeah, that's Rolly. Wave him on in. Wave him back to the ring. Wave him. Tell him to hurry up. It's only 3 minutes in the round. Tell him to hurry up. You know, the referee's gonna dock a point from him. Hurry up. I mean, Rolly was all the way on the outside. I haven't seen that from Ryan in his tough fight with Javante. I haven't seen it. I didn't see him. You know, he pressed it. He tried what he tried, and he got knocked out. He got stopped, brother. He got stopped. So I'm like, he got some heart. I don't know. Is this going to be one of those? I just see Haney. You know, I don't know. If he don't respect Haney's power, you already know where I'm going with it. It's going to be interesting. But I just don't see Ryan going in there roughing him up. I don't see him as that type of person. I don't see him as that type of person. But at the end of the day, man, y'all hold it down. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game, man. We'll be back for another one. Enjoy your Friday. I'm out. Peace.